So good morning and welcome back over to Seaworld Orlando, one of our favorite places to come out to today. Well, I say ours, but really it's just me today. Unfortunately, Allie's not feeling very good this morning. I think she'll be fine this later, but I think she just wanted not to come out to do anything because our plan was come out and do some of the rides. We haven't done a lot of the rides in a while. And normally when she does come out, when we both come out, we don't ride Manta. When I come out by myself, sometimes I'll try to ride Manta as long as it's a short wait. But I think what I'll do today is I'm gonna ride some of the rides. I'm gonna ride Mako, Kraken, and Manta, because I haven't done them in some time, and then we'll take a quick look, and I think we'll head over there first, take a quick look over at Icebreaker. It doesn't look like it's gonna be too busy today. Didn't do the normal thing where I film coming in, but we'll just check it out, see if we can get on some of the rides. I do think Mako always can get on pretty quick, and same thing with Kraken, so won't hit Manta first, because I've always said don't go to Manta first because it's the first ride everyone sees. So we're gonna head on in, try to get some things done today. So as per usual, I'm actually gonna be heading this way first. Heading over here to this side of SeaWorld, head down towards the waterfront. I'm gonna go past the Dolphin Nursery. Like I said, I'm gonna avoid Manta right this minute because everyone will go there first, and it's also a very slow loading attraction since it is a flying coaster. So, but we're gonna keep heading down this way, and I'm gonna take the little bridge across because it looks like coming in, Icebreaker has the full, what do you call it? The top hat is complete. So they do still have their trees up for the season trees, but they are gradually starting to take them all down. The big one that was over there was taken down quite a little bit ago, and all the area over there is still set up for Christmas Town and Rudolph and Friends. But unfortunately, like I said, we're past all that time. We're now into the first part of the year, which is usually a very slow time for us. But like I said, so all this still needs to come down. I'm pretty sure the ice rink has been taken apart over across the way where you see the ice skating show for Christmas Town. Sooner or later, once all these trees are out of the way, we'll get a much better look. But as you can see, they have completed the top hat part. And it looks like they're starting to go over the walkway over there, I think, or either they're really close. I may run over there really quickly if I can, because sometimes, so it looks like today they have a lot of the Orange County School District kids out here. A lot of times they won't let you go up into there because they have an educational show they'll put on for them, like a different show than everything else. And sometimes they won't let you walk up into the stadium area because they like have it blocked off. But man, things moving right along. Still says 2020. I expect this one to be summer, so I think it'll be early part of summer, so I think middle of June, just based on it. Because it is a launching coaster, and usually launch coasters have a little bit more technical issues when they come forward. Now I do hope they do the same thing they did at Busch Gardens, and they let pass members have a chance to use free quick queue during some soft opening times. Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's gonna be too bad of a day because we are into that January time frame. They are only open till 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. today. It looks like there's no one on Mako right now. That also might mean maybe I go over to Mako and do that really quick. I just really wanted to take a look over here at Icebreaker. So what I may do, quickly run over to Mako since it looked like no one was on it, just so I can have a whole row to myself. Normally this is Mako, it's one of the rides Allie will do. She'll also do Kraken, but she does not do Manta because it gives her really bad stomach ache and headache. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to go over there because I'm gonna go through Sesame Street land. But man, I'm excited for Icebreaker. But like I said, also one of the things that they did start doing is their new Orca Encounter show. So they got rid of the other show they had, and now they have this brand new Orca Encounter, which is an educational show. I still will not show it anything with any of the orcas or the killer whales, purely because there's so much backlash and I don't want to get involved with that. So I'm gonna try, so I've learned that coming up to the back area of SeaWorld is probably the best thing to do, because right now I'm walking over here to Infinity Falls, and there is no one back here. This is the newest attraction here at SeaWorld Orlando, and there is absolutely no line. Now, if I wasn't content on getting soaked today, I may ride it, but I also want to ride it with Allie again because we thoroughly enjoyed this ride a lot. And as I said, I still don't remember anything about this ride. I just remember this first part's really fun. Like, I remember this first part being absolutely fun, but I don't remember anything going up the little lift hill and going to the back section before you get to the drop. Yeah, there is no one on that boat right now. Amazon drop. Sounds like something Amazon.com would call something. Oh yeah, there ain't no one on Mako right now. This is also a really fast loading attraction. So most B&M attractions, which is what Mako, the designer, like Beauregard and Mulliger, who the company this is they are known for very reliable attractions and very quick loading times for what you can get, because like Mako, if there's two trains, I always say no wait ever, because they literally are right there on top of each other. But Mako, no one coming in. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys away, put my bag away, and get the GoPro. There's total 3 people, including me, on this train right now. There's no one on this ride. Easily top 5 coaster ever ridden. Easily top 5 coaster ever ridden in my life. Also looks like Kraken's running 2 trains. Also back row, pretty fun on this ride. You get whipped over this hill right here. Add another 6 feet on top of this ride. That's gonna be quasi. Oh boy. Here we go. Whoa! Oh man, oh that's so much fun. I don't care who you are, that is a fun attraction. Yep, pretty much walked on. Like I walked up, train pulled into the station, I got on. Like I said, there was about 3 of us total on that attraction. That was, I still love that ride. Like the back row, like so we usually do it in the middle because Allie will do it, but she has to be in the middle row just so she doesn't feel as much of the forces. So anytime I get to come by myself, I can ride in the back row, front row things. Mostly back rows, because on like big rides like that, back rows are a lot more fun because you get whipped around a lot more. So what I'm actually gonna do now is I'm actually gonna head over to the Wild Arctic area and see if I see them starting to build the track over the walkway, because as you do know, Icebreaker will go into the back section of like over by the stadium and over by Wild Arctic. There's a whole patch of land back there that they've actually readjusted and started digging down to build the rest of the ride. So we're gonna go back there, see if they started, because it looks like they've got close. I don't think they're over yet, but I think they're close. I thoroughly enjoy the theming of this attraction. Like it truly feels like you're in a wild jungle. I just remember 3 years ago that this was all just like a little like loungy area, and now it's got one of the best rides. I honestly love that ride. Just it's a really good summer ride, but every time we want to ride it, it's usually got a long wait, or it's like 30 degrees outside. One thing I do want to point out now that I'm over in this area, so you do have the Wild Arctic simulator attraction here at SeaWorld Orlando. Well, I've always said I think this ride is going to be closed sometime in the next year and a half. Well, kind of got confirmation. It wasn't our SeaWorld that's getting it, but SeaWorld San Diego will be closing down their Wild Arctic attraction in place of something new. So maybe it's just a matter of time before ours goes now, but honestly it's it's not great, it's kind of sucky. So but see, as we look over here right behind Mango Joe's, that's the little top hat. That's the highest, I would say the highest point, but that's one of the points that's very fun. So this little top hat feature, so you won't make it up the first time you go up it, but when you go back for the 3rd launch into the 4th, it'll take you up and over, and that's going to create a lot of air time. I do think it's going to look really cool with that blue track running, like that blue train running around on it. Okay, so they are starting to build over the walkway. However, there are a bunch of people out there, and you know me, I don't like to interfere or get too close when they're building something because I don't want to hear something or get in trouble. So, but they are starting to build over the walkway, so probably within a month or 2, the track should be complete, because you have the whole front section here is complete. But you still have the whole back section they have to build and everything, but I still like the fact they use that hashtag. I'm surprised they don't have more out here for like saying it's what's actually called now, but it's no big deal. Yeah, definitely starting to, I mean, that ride's really coming along. It'll really add something. It's not supposed to be like a Mako sized, not supposed to be as intense as Manta. Because in this park, I think the most intense attraction is Manta. Because that flying coaster, it creates way more G-forces on you than most other rides do. But this will add a nice fun little like launch ride. I mean, it'll be exciting. I'm not saying it's gonna be boring. It's not like, it's not a kitty ride. It's a family friendly coaster. So, also I wanted to tell you, so I got off Mako and I noticed what they were doing is that even though there was no one in line, to ride again, you have to go all the way back around. Now I think that's just to get there, how many people are walking through the ride kind of thing, but just in case if a bunch of people show up, you're not sitting there and there's like, oh, well, I'm waiting in line now. So I think they were running more than one train. Maybe they let you stay on, but kind of something you need to keep in mind. So I'm gonna kind of zoom in and show you the part they're starting to work on, because they are starting to build into the back area. But again, like I said, there's a lot of people over there. So there, you see those two pieces of track? One of those pieces are about to start getting extended over the walkway, because literally the walkway's right over to the left right there. So, like I said, I'm super excited for this ride. Like, I can't wait for it to show up. I just don't know when it's gonna happen. So I am gonna head over to do Kraken, but the quickest way to get over there, from if you're over by the Shamu Stadium and you're over here by the lake, it's if you want to get to Kraken or make Manta quickly, or to like Journey to Atlantis, but it's gonna put a note in there that Journey to Atlantis is closed for its normal routine maintenance. But you go back across this bridge, you go to that middle section towards the waterfront, and right where the Sky Tower is, go straight back that way. And then that'll take you right to Kraken. And like I said, then I'll see if I can try to do Manta. Looks like there's not very many people on Manta, but it all could depend. Aw, Sky Tower's closed today. Oh man. That's usually my normal way of looking at Icebreaker. But if you are wondering, so if you come up through Waterfront and you come up to this area right where the Oyster Pearl area is, if you come here, there's kind of a split. So to the right is Sharkbreak Reef where Mako is, and if you're looking for Kraken, you gotta go to the left, past the Otter and Sea Lion Theater, and all the way down through Antarctica. And then once you get through Antarctica, it's gonna be right off to the right. Because then you come up to here, you see the big giant icy white blue building. That's for Emperor of the Penguin ride, which is a trackless ride system, which is very similar to Rise of the Resistance and the new Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. So that's kind of a cool thing. It's very popular because it is a very kid-friendly ride, or family-friendly ride. Because they do actually offer two experiences. They offer a more intense version and a less intense. Allie does not like the more intense because it gives her a headache. So we always do the less intense one. But I'll see what the wait time is. Oh, looks like they are not, oh yep, the ride is up. So ride is 15 minutes, but non-rider is 10. Not too bad. So I said you have to keep heading this way past the Emperor of the Penguin ride. And then once you get out of Antarctica, it's gonna be right to the right. So that's where Kraken Unleashed is, which they still keep the Unleashed part, but that's when it was back when it was a virtual reality coaster, and they have completely gone away from that. And right up here, Kraken Unleashed. They rethemed it everything when it became a VR attraction, but it's no longer VR. So it says 15 minutes. I don't think it is. Oh, jeez. This one's gonna be a lot bumpier. This is an older B&M coaster. This also has a lot of inversions. I can't remember how many exactly it has, but this does have a lot of inversions. So you'll see me hit my head around a little bit more, and I'll try really hard to keep it steady, but I don't ever make promises. That's why I got this GoPro. But yeah, again, another one of the ones I just walked right up to, and I got the whole back row to myself this time. So this is a lot small. This is a lot shorter, like it's shorter in height compared to Mako. But it's what's called a floorless track, or floorless coaster, because there is no floor beneath us. What's literally between me and my foot is the track. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully it don't hit my head around too much on this. Oh boy, here we go. Oh Lord. There's one inversion. even though I say that is a very rough ride, it is still a lot of fun. Like, I thoroughly enjoy classic coasters that still can keep a good time. That's why I was always very, like, against the VR headsets going on that attraction, because it was such a good coaster without it. And so when they finally took it back off, I thought it was a great move on their part. And you probably heard me saying ow a couple times, because having the GoPro on the wrist hurts my shoulder, just because like you're trying to hold it steady while riding a ride. So that's the only bad thing about when I try to do all these rides. My arms usually get very tired, but nothing too bad. So now I'm gonna try to do Manta. I don't know what the wait time's gonna be like. If it's a little bit, I may not really mind. Like if it's like 30 minutes, maybe not. But if it's like 20, 25, okay, maybe. But also I think so there's a few tour groups here and some school groups here. And it looks like that they are all going in to see a show right now. So I think this may be the best time to do this. Now, I love Manta because as soon as you come off the main lift, you come over here, you go into what's called a giant pretzel loop. When you hit the bottom of that loop, it is immense amount of G's. Oh, see, here comes one right now, so here comes Manta. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, there's a nice breeze coming off of it too. But yeah, right at the bottom there, it's probably the most amount of G's because you're carrying so much speed and you're being turned upside down. Ooh, it is saying 40 minutes for Manta. Yikes. That is definitely not but again, as I always will say with Manta, it is the very first ride everyone comes to. And it's the first ride at the front of the park, so that's a big reason why. I don't know, I'm just gonna walk around for a second. I think I'm gonna go up and look through some of the gift shops. Like today was just one of those days because so originally with Allie was gonna be here. We were gonna go do like Emperor the Penguin, do some of the Sesame Street rides. Nothing against them, but like if I'm gonna come, I'm gonna do the big rides because Allie doesn't do them all the time because it just gives her a really bad headache. She isn't feeling well today, so I thought, well, might as well take a day to go do this and everything else. So, but yeah, I wasn't intending making it like I normally do with Icebreaker, where I come over and look strictly at Icebreaker. I ride Sky Tower, I go over and look at it. But they were doing so much work today, I just felt uncomfortable. It's not that I feel uncomfortable, I just don't like filming things being worked on because I don't want to get in trouble. So, yeah, since I can't do Manta, I may end up making my way home to make sure Allie's still doing okay. But before I leave, I want to show you the most photogenic picture you can get of any attraction ever in the, at least Orlando area. It's right here. There's a reason why. I'll show you in a second once it gets over here. Alright, so it's just coming around really quick. Give it a few seconds. If it's doing it. Hey! Oh, no, that was a full train. Yep, but you see that? Water comes up as it goes over, so it looks like it's gliding over it. So I know I was only here for a very short period of time. Just thought I would come on over, check some things out, ride a couple of rides, take you on some of the rides we haven't done in a while. Like I said, haven't done Mako in a while, haven't done Kraken in a while. So I haven't done Manta, but like I said, Manta is usually Manta has one of the longest waits. That's why if you come, like, it's really fun to come out later in the day, a little before they close, because then you can get on everything with no waits. But I mean, I didn't wait for anything at all. I think the only thing I would wait for was Manta. But unfortunately, it is just a slower attraction to load, because when you load in, you're sitting upright like you would like on Kraken and Mako. But then what it does, it has to pull you back, and when it pulls you back, they have to check, make sure everything is level before they can send the train out. So that's why it takes longer for that one. Saw a quick little stuff on Icebreaker. Looks like they're starting to build over the walkway. I'm anticipating middle of February they're gonna have the track complete, and I think we'll start seeing testing being done mid to late March. So maybe it's springtime open. So I don't know. Overall, just kind of fun little day. It was not very busy out here. So I would say if you really want to come out and get your bang for your buck, get some big rides under your belt, come out here. So with all that being said, I do head out from a very fun day here at SeaWorld Orlando. I will see y'all next time.